Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's Jag if you're new here. If not, welcome back. You're most welcome. On this channel, we're focusing on basically math and science content at the high school level, grades 9 to 12. And today we're going to continue on with our Math 11 content. So with that, let's get started. Alright, so here we are. Today we're going to do simplifying radicals and maybe also a couple of examples for adding and subtracting radicals as well. Example 1 says express each as a mixed radical. Okay, we have square root 12. So what you're going to do first, I'm going to break down the square root 12 into like factors. Now when I choose the factors for say this number 12, I want one of them, like the factors, to actually be a perfect square. So I'm going to do square root 4 times square root 3. Okay, so we can see 4 times 3 is equal to 12. And the reason I chose the factors 4 and 3 is because I can see that square root of 4, a perfect square, which is 2. So this becomes 2 root 3. Do you see that? If I chose factors of 12, like 6 times 2, I notice if I take my calculator and I substitute the square root of 6 is 2.4. Right? So this is like square root 6 we said is 2.4, and the square root of 2 is 1.4. And they're not perfect squares, they're basically just giving me a decimal. Okay, so let's try like one more. I'll write it right here. Let's do square root of 252. Okay, so even though the number is kind of large here, I think, right? What are we going to do is you can always use your calculator, okay? We're finding factors of 252. Okay, now of course, if you can't find like a really big factor, that's okay as well. However, I'll show you the largest perfect square that I can use for 252 is I can do square root 36 times the square root of 7. Do you see that? And this is going to equal, because I know square root of 36 is 6. So this becomes 6 root 7. Okay, and this is the final answer right here. Okay, so let's go to example 2. It says simplify. The question is 2 root 3 minus 5 root 3 plus 4 root 3. Now you notice, okay, that's why we're doing some simple examples first. All of these terms have root 3, so I can see that they're like terms. I'm first going to just group these two together here. Where you see the coefficient, we're going to do 2 minus 5, which is negative 3 root 3. Okay, notice the radical root 3 stays the same. And we're doing plus 4 root 3. And that's why I can add and subtract these coefficients with the like terms. I'm going to do negative 3 plus 4, positive 1 root 3, or simply just root 3. Okay, so let's write A for this question right here. And this is how you add and subtract with the radicals. Okay, and here's part B. This one says root 6 minus 4 root 2 plus 3 root 6 minus root 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the like terms together. So I see the root 6's. So I'm going to put root 6 plus 3 root 6. Notice you have to take the sign that's in front, okay, of the coefficient. These two terms have root 2, so I'm going to put that together. So 4 root 2 minus root 2, like so. And the coefficient here, okay, in front of the root 6 is basically 1. So we're doing 1 plus 3, so 4 root 6. Okay, and here, this is negative 4 minus 1, which is negative 5 root 2. And that's the final answer. So don't get confused, okay, with the signs. You have to take the sign that is in front of the coefficient, okay, to get your final answer. Okay, and now we're going to try something that's a little bit harder. This is C, question C, 8 root 2 minus 4 root 8 plus root 32, okay? So I have to basically simplify each of these terms. So let's start with the first term. I'm going to put some brackets. The 8 is outside, times root 2. But I notice I can't simplify the radical here for root 2. Okay, so we're going to keep the 8 root 2 the same. So let's go to the second term. I'm going to keep the 4 outside, inside the brackets. And I'm going to break down the root 8 into square root 4 times square root 2, which gives me square root 8. Okay, close the bracket. Then you're going to go to the third term. What is this? Square root 32. And I'm going to do the greatest perfect square, which is square root 16 times square root 2. And then close the bracket. Okay, of course, if I did 8 times 4, you can do that, but I would have to further simplify the radical. Okay, so in order to not have to keep on simplifying the radical, I'm just taking the greatest perfect square I can find. Okay, and now we're going to keep this the same. This is 8 root 2 minus, okay, right here, the square root of 4 is equal to 2. Maybe let's write one step. So this square root 4 is now 2 times root 2, close it. Square root of 16 is 4, so this becomes 4 root 2. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We're going to simplify it one more time. So I'm going to take out the brackets now. So 8 square root 2 minus, this is 4 times 2, 8 square root 2, and plus 4 square root 2, like so. You see that? And because this is 8 square root 2 minus 8 square root 2, we're going to cross it out. It's gone. And your final answer is 4 root 2. Do you see that? So you do have to show at least a couple of steps, okay, before you get the final answer. But like I said, if you don't find the greatest perfect square here, I probably have an extra step where I need to simplify the radical. All right, so with that, let's try this last example. It says square root 20 minus 4 root 12 minus root 125 plus 2 root 3. Okay, and again, of course, don't get scared. I see there are 4 terms here, but the steps are exactly the same. So we're going to start with root 20, and I want to do root 4 times root 5, okay, which gives me square root 20. The second term says negative 4 root 12. Put it in brackets. The 4 is outside. And for 12, I'm going to do square root 4 times square root 3. Right? Close the bracket. Notice I'm keeping all the signs in between the terms the same, okay? 125. Okay, now I can do the greatest factor, which is square root 25 times square root 5. Okay, so 25 times 5 is 125. Plus, and we're going to keep the 2 root 3 the same. Okay, so of course I'm writing out all of these extra steps, okay, just so we're not making any mistakes. Square root of 4 is 2, so 2 root 5. Okay, like this. This is the first term. The 4 here, let's just write it on top, becomes 2. So 4 times 2, this is negative 8 root 3, close the bracket. Square root of 25 is 5, so minus 5 root 5. Okay, and the last term stays the same, so it's 2 root 3. Oh, we should make a square bracket there. Oh, so of course here you can take out the brackets. Okay, we're going to take the sign in front, and I'm going to put the like terms together. So I have to put the root 5s together here. So I'm going to take the brackets out now. So 2 root 5 minus the 5 root 5. Then I'm going to put the like terms with the root 3s together. So negative 8 root 3 plus 2 root 3. Okay, now the like terms are together. I'm going to do 2 minus 5, negative 3 root 5. And right here, this is negative 8 plus 2, which is negative 6 root 3. Okay, make sure when the signs are different, you're just basically subtracting the integers. I'm taking the sign of the greater number, which is 8. I see it's negative, so I know my integer has to be negative 6. Okay, and that's it. And this is the final answer. Alright, so that brings this video to an end, but thank you for watching, and hopefully you understand how to simplify radicals a little bit better. It's basically like one of the major concepts that's covered in grade 11 math, so make sure you keep on practicing. And I think we're going to keep this as basically part 1 of simplifying radicals, just because there are other components. This was just adding and subtracting radicals, but of course there is multiplying radicals, also using the distributive property. Okay, so we still have to cover a little bit more in terms of expanding and simplifying the radicals. So once again, thank you for watching, and I will see everyone in the next video. Bye.